Community Pay It Forward isn't just another rewards program. It's a movement built on compassion and connection. We link everyday businesses, nonprofits, and neighbors so simple actions like buying lunch, getting your car fixed, or hiring a service can create lasting impact. When you choose one of our giving partners, part of your purchase goes directly to families, veterans, children, or community missions in need. It doesn't cost you a dime more. It just means your purchases matter. Because here, every transaction tells a story. And our belief is simple. If you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. Because at Community Pay It Forward, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
As we begin, take a deep breath and relax. If you are in a car, either pull over and stop, or turn off the CD until you can get to a place where you can sit comfortably for at least 20 minutes with your eyes closed. Now take a deep breath and relax your stomach as you exhale. Continue to breathe, and on your next exhale, sink deeply into your chair. Close your eyes and release any tightness in your face and jaw. Allow your shoulders to soften. Release any tension, letting it drop away. Enjoy this time of quiet and peace. With your next breath, feel yourself floating up into the clouds. You drift away, leaving any concerns behind. Drifting and floating, you look down below and see an open meadow, a large field of grass open to the sky. In the middle, you see an immense fir tree. It is a holiday tree, sitting alone, awaiting your visit. Breathe in the scent of evergreens. Take in the clean, fresh air. Let it fill your lungs as each breath relaxes you deeper and deeper. Now, begin to gather the people around you who will participate in this special ceremony of release and renewal. In a few minutes, you will invite groups of people to your special tree. This is an opportunity to release energetic ties with each of them. You will feel more at peace. Each person you release is free to grow and evolve more fully. Later, you can either allow some people to fall away from you completely, or you can renew the energy between you. Release opens you to seeing people with freshness and openness, strengthening supportive relationships. As you call people to mind, you will speak to each of them. Those that join the tree will find a place in the branches, like ornaments. Bring people to mind as we begin. First, invite exes to come to the tree. Ex-husbands or wives, ex-boyfriends or girlfriends. As they arrive, ask each one of them, "Do you fully support my magnificence and the direction I'm taking in my personal evolution?" If they say yes, you may let them go or ask them to stay. If they say no, definitely have them stay. Now invite childhood and school friends to come. Bring them gently into the branches and ask, "Do you support my magnificence and the direction I'm taking in my personal evolution?" If they say yes, you may choose to have them stay or allow them to leave. If they say no, then absolutely have them stay. Remember, you can reconnect with anyone easily just by thinking of them. Continue to breathe deeply. Invite your friends to come. As they float into the branches, ask, "Do you fully support my magnificence and the direction of my personal evolution?" If yes, you may ask them to stay or allow them to go. But if they say no, absolutely have them stay. Now, remember work associates. Invite co-workers and employees. Ask each of them, "Do you fully support my magnificence and the direction of my personal evolution?" If they say yes, you choose whether they stay. If they say no, absolutely have them stay. Invite your clients, people you serve. If you are a teacher, invite your students. See them join the branches and ask, "Do you support my magnificence and the direction of my personal evolution?" If yes, they may stay. If they say no, definitely have them stay. Invite bosses or anyone who has ever acted like a boss. Ask each of them, "Do you support my magnificence and the direction of my personal evolution?" If yes, choose whether they stay. If no, absolutely have them stay. Invite your teachers and those who have taught you in any way. Ask them, "Do you support my magnificence and my personal evolution?" If they say no, definitely have them stay. Take another deep breath. Invite extended family, cousins, aunts, uncles, and their families. Ask each of them, "Do you fully support my magnificence and the direction I'm taking in my personal evolution?" If they say yes, they may stay. If they say no, definitely have them stay. Invite your siblings, brothers, sisters, anyone who has acted like a brother or sister. Do you fully support my magnificence and my personal evolution? If yes, decide whether they will stay. If no, positively have them stay, knowing that you can reconnect whenever you want. Invite children, your children, even if they are grown. Children you know. They may be special to you in some way. Ask them, "Do you completely support my magnificence and the direction of my personal evolution?" If they say yes, then you decide whether or not they will stay. If no, absolutely have them stay. Invite grandparents and anyone who has acted like a grandparent. Whether they are alive or have passed, they are here now. Ask them the question. Let them take a place in the tree. Now your parents and anyone who has acted like a parent, see them. Ask, do you fully support my magnificence and the direction I'm taking in my personal evolution? If they say no, absolutely have them stay. Invite your partner, your husband, your wife, your intimate partner. Do you fully support my magnificence and the direction I'm taking in my personal evolution? Have your partner stay to open your heart in a new way. Invite anyone else who should be here, asking, do you support my magnificence and my personal evolution? Gently invite yourself to sit at the top of the tree. Why not? You will bring a fresh awareness to your attitudes and beliefs about yourself. Notice you can be both in the tree and looking down on it. Looking at the many ornaments in the tree below, you become aware of the thin, wispy cords that come from each person in the tree and attach to you. These spider-webby umbilical cords are the energetic ties. They were created as you interact with others. You can clearly see the web of energetic ties below. In a moment, you will have a conversation with all the people in the tree. What you will say is something like this: I forgive you. Do you forgive me? As you ask this, know that at a very deep level, you can initiate forgiveness for others and they for you, because it is all one. You are really only forgiving a part of yourself. Now it is time to start. Speak to each person in your tree. I forgive you. Do you forgive me? Notice that forgiveness can begin to flow, perhaps slowly at first, and then more easily. Notice that you can both give and receive forgiveness. Understand that you are only forgiving a part of yourself. Know that you can do this now, forgiving and being forgiven, gently and easily. Forgiveness, flowing between you. Now begin to see a ball of light glowing above your head. The light becomes brighter and more brilliant, coming ever closer. As the huge ball of light floats right above your head, you feel calmness and warmth. Your crown chakra opens to receive. The light becomes liquid, flowing in a constant stream to every part of your body, passing through your forehead, throat, heart, solar plexus, sexual organs, down your thighs and to your feet. You feel the warm, flowing light, infinite source of love, truth, healing. Every cell of your body fills with a calm sense that you are fully and completely loved. The power of spirit is complete in you. Light flows freely within you, comforting and soothing. So much liquid light fills you. You cannot hold it all. It overflows down the energetic ties to every person on the tree. Infinite love and light reaches from you to every person below. And as you bask in the warmth of love, inspiration, and healing, you notice how good it feels to share your light. You continue to be filled with flowing light as each of the people below glow ever more brightly with love and light and healing, until everyone is filled with the incredible healing light flowing through you. In this moment of completion, it is time to release the energetic ties. Up and to your right, you see large steel blades appear. These blades have a special purpose. They will sever your energetic ties. And as you watch, the blades zoom in, and in a single stroke, they sever the ties between you and everyone on the tree. The sight below is incredibly beautiful. As energetic ties drop, every person below illuminates the tree with their individual beauty and light. You pull any dangling ties into yourself and become whole. Then, to your amazement, all of the people below begin to float away. You have given them freedom to grow and develop in their own way. Around the tree, they become fireflies, drifting and darting as they fly away. Breathe in the beauty as the individual lights move around the tree and slowly disappear. As you watch the light, you feel warm, knowing that you have given each person a gift of freedom and blessing. You release each person to be more fully themselves. When you are ready, it will be easy to reconnect with anyone by just thinking about them or speaking with them. When you do, you will have new understanding. Any relationships that don't serve your growth can be released forever. You can choose people around you who support your highest purpose and intention. The firefly lights leave. You are alone, peaceful and quiet. Light continues to flow through you and provide a glow outward. Feel the warm light in your feet and toes, up your calves, over your knees and thighs. Allow the warmth to flow over your belly and around your hips. Feel the soothing warmth up through your chest, around your back. Your neck and arms relax as the warmth flows over them, completing the warm glow up your face, relaxing your mouth and eyes. The flow circles in your head as you relax completely. Magically, light flows from your head to your toes, filling you with wholeness, healing, and love. You reverberate with changing color, shimmering and flowing. You are open to wonder, connected to all that has changed within you. As you breathe, you feel the light pulse through you, energizing every cell. This warmth and light is yours to keep now in the holiday season and throughout the year. When you are ready, float back to present time, knowing you can celebrate the holidays with a new sense of freedom and clarity. You may find that you attract more supportive people in your life. You continue to grow and evolve in the fullness of spirit. Namaste.
Hope is rising, love is near. We come together, hand in hand. The miracle shines across the land. Every heart, every voice, every choice, we are the miracle of the season.
Hey, everybody, I'm being joined by author and a great friend, a sister in the Pay It Forward program, Miss Maggie Van Galen. How are you doing, Maggie?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Zach. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You are taking part in building a miracle of a community that cares, and you're doing this as a volunteer. You are going to read from your series of books, The Banana Tree, which is a book from the Kino and Ernest series. This book, this series does consist of 3 books, and we're going to be giving away a copy of these 3 books to the hospitals, which I'm proud to be doing that. And this is being brought to you by our friend Holly Miller, um, from who has taken a terrible situation in her own life. Her and a friend were hurt very badly when she was a child. And she ended up losing her friend because her friend did not have a place to go. So Holly has built a program to help you both personally and professionally rebuild your life and live the life that you want. So Holly Miller is bringing you the reading of Maggie Van Galen and The Banana Tree. Maggie, what are these books about?
Thank you, and thank you to Holly. Yes, so The Adventures of Kino and Ernest, the general premise is that Kino is a sort of silly, adventurous little monkey who always seems to be getting himself into trouble. And his best friend in the jungle is Ernest, who's an elephant, a little bit wise beyond his years. And he helps Kino get out of trouble. So along the way, Kino learns some very valuable lessons. In the first book, he learns about friendship and following family rules. In the second book, The Diamond Mine, he learns about asking before taking. And in the third book, A New Friend, he learns about staying true to himself and not changing so others will like him.
Well, I'm excited to hear this. I'm going to get my fat head off the screen and I am going to let you take over. Proud to present our friend, our partner in the giving family, Maggie Van Galen, with The Banana Tree. Thank you very much for reading this, and I will be back in about 20 minutes.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on one second. There we go. Awesome. There we go. So, like I said, my name is Maggie Van Galen. I'm an author and a wordsmith, and I'm so excited and honored to be able to support Zach and his Community Pay It Forward program and the Miracle program by offering my books and this reading. So I hope you enjoy. Before we get started, I would love everybody that's watching to close their eyes and imagine that they're in the jungle. And I've never been to the jungle myself, but I envision it being very warm and humid. Maybe some animal sounds. Maybe you can hear water dripping, very green. And the reason that I do this is that I want everybody to sort of transport themselves into the setting of the book, which takes place in the jungle. So now that you're all in the jungle, we're going to go to the first story. All right. Once upon a time, deep in the jungle, there lived 2 best friends. The first was a very mischievous monkey named Kino, and Kino was always getting himself into trouble. But thankfully for Kino, his best friend in the whole jungle was a wise elephant named Ernest, and Ernest was always there for Kino. One day, while Kino was swinging on the vines high up in the jungle canopy, he spotted a bright yellow glow off in the distance. As he moved closer, he saw a giant, yummy banana tree just on the other side of the river. "Wow," said Kino as his tummy started to rumble. "Look at all of those bananas. I've got to tell Ernest about this." He swung down from the vine, shouting, "Ernest, where are you?" Ernest, who was busy munching on leaves, heard Kino's call and looked up. Kino was so excited he was out of breath. Ernest, guess what I just found? It's a huge banana tree with hundreds, maybe even thousands of super yummy bananas. It's way better than our old banana tree. Let's go get some. Okay, I'm right behind you. Show me the way, Ernest said. Kino was already starting to swing toward the newly found tree and yelled back, "This way, just across the river." "Wait a minute," said Ernest. "Did you say across the river? We can't cross the river. Our parents told us never to cross the river without them, remember? It's too dangerous, Kino. The river's wide and the current runs super fast. Plus, Mom told me there's things in there that might want to eat me." "I know," said Kino, "but I looked at the current and it's not so fast today. Plus, if I ride on your back and we cross by the bamboo tree where it's not so wide, we'll be fine. You're so big and strong, nobody will bother us. Please, Ernest, please." Ernest was thinking hard about Kino's plans. Those bananas did sound like a tasty treat, but he knew that Kino's adventures usually went wrong and that his parents would be really disappointed if he didn't follow their rules. "I don't want to go," Ernest finally said. "A banana's a banana. Let's just go up to our old favorite tree and get some there." "But those aren't as big or as yellow as the ones on the new tree," Kino complained. "No, it's too dangerous," said Ernest, "and I don't want to get in trouble with Mom and Dad." "Okay, fine," Kino said with a pout on his face. "I guess I'll meet you up at the old tree." Ernest started off, and Kino swung back up in the jungle, planning to meet him there. As Ernest got higher up, he saw those bananas across the tree again. They were shimmering in the late morning sun and looked so delicious. Suddenly, Kino had an idea. "I know! I'll build a raft out of bamboo and vines, and I'll float across the river, grab a bunch of bananas, and surprise Ernest. I'll be back before he even gets up to the old tree. He's going to be so sorry to have missed this fun adventure." Well, it didn't take long for Kino to put together his raft. He put 10 bamboo poles side by side and tied them together with a vine. He grabbed an extra long pole to use as a stick or a paddle to get across the river. He pushed off from the riverbank and slowly started floating across the river. "Ha! This is easy," Kino said to himself with a smile. The shiny new banana tree was getting closer and closer. He could almost taste the new bananas. But as the raft got closer to the middle of the river, a funny thing started to happen. Instead of going across the river, Kino started to float down the river. He paddled harder, but it didn't make any difference. The current was too strong and began to carry Kino away. "What am I going to do?" thought Kino. As he was trying to sort out how he would get himself out of this mess, he heard a dull roaring noise up in the distance. "What's that?" Kino said aloud. "It can't be the lions. They sleep during the day. It can't be a thunderstorm. It's a beautiful blue sky." The noise was getting louder and louder as Kino went further down the river. Kino was getting worried. Just then, Kino and Ernest's friend, Toucan Tom, flew overhead. His rainbow-colored beak was shining bright in the morning sun. Tom looked down and saw Kino waving frantically at him. He swooped down and landed on the raft. "Nice raft, Kino," Tom said. "What are you doing?" Kino told him the whole story of the banana tree, the raft, his plan to surprise Ernest with the new bananas, and the current taking him away. "By the way, Tom," Kino said, "what's that loud noise up ahead?" "That's the waterfall, Kino," Tom said in a worried voice. "And you're headed straight for it." Waterfall?" Kino started to get scared. Tom, you have to find Ernest. He'll know what to do. He always knows what to do. Quick, he's headed up to the old banana tree. Tell him what happened and bring him back. Tom flew off as fast as his wings could carry him. Hurry, shouted Kino. Well, it didn't take long for Tom to find Ernest. Ernest, Ernest, Tom said. He was yelling as he dove through the forest, weaving in and out of vines and narrowly missing trees. Ernest looked up in surprise. What is it, Tom? It's Kino, screeched Tom. He's in trouble on the river. On the river? Said Ernest. Yes, come quickly, hurry. I'll tell you on the way, said Tom. Toucan Tom repeated the story that Kino had told and explained about the waterfall and how Kino was only moments away from real danger. You have to do something, Ernest, said Tom with a fearful look in his eyes. Ernest was already running at top speed, slaloming trees and trampling bushes. He was thinking and planning as he went. As they neared the riverbank, he could see Kino drifting toward the waterfall. He was waving his arms and yelling, Help me! Oh, Ernest, please help me! Don't worry, Kino, Ernest said. I'll save you. Ernest ran up ahead to look at the waterfall and plan his rescue. He noticed that just before the falls, the river narrowed, and on the opposite side, a tree had toppled over and stuck straight out. Ernest devised the rescue plan. He would wade out into the river and stretch his trunk as far as he could. And Tom could fly over to the fallen tree to mark it. Kino could then jump to either side. It was his only chance. Ernest told Tom the plan, and Tom flew out to the raft to relay it to Kino. Kino was still scared, but he knew that Ernest was his best friend and had never let him down before. As his raft rounded the last bend in the river, Kino could see Ernest, only his head and trunk above the water, and Toucan Tom was perched on the tip of the tree that reached out from the other side. Kino began to paddle as hard and as fast as he could. He was trying to aim for Ernest, and much to his delight, the raft was going in the right direction. I'm going to be saved, thought Kino delightedly. Kino was within arm's reach of Ernest when suddenly the raft spun around from a change in the current. Kino almost lost his balance, but thanks to his good jumping, he leapt towards Ernest and just managed to wrap his tail around Ernest's trunk. The raft shot out from underneath him and went over the waterfall, and the three friends watched as the raft broke into little pieces. Kino was shaking with fright and relief. Ernest slowly backed out of the water. He lowered his trunk to the ground, but Kino wouldn't let go. I'm so sorry, Ernest, Kino cried. Thank you for saving me. Well, of course you're welcome, Kino, Ernest said. I'm just glad you're all right and didn't get hurt. But you should never have tried to cross the river. There are reasons our parents don't let us. I'd say this is a pretty good one, wouldn't you? I know, said Kino, still shaken. You're my best friend in the whole jungle, Ernest, and I promise never to get into any more trouble. Ernest laughed. Well, I doubt that, he said. But you're my best friend too, and I will always be there to get you out of trouble. Now, let's go home and tell our parents what happened. Before heading home, though, the two friends decided to head up to their old favorite banana tree and bring a bunch of yummy bananas home to Kino's mom. She makes the best banana cream pie in the whole jungle, and maybe, just maybe, it would make telling her what happened a little easier. The end. So that is the first story in the Adventures of Kino and Ernest, the Banana Tree, which I'm so excited to share with you all today. And there are two other books, as Zach mentioned, in the series. We have The Diamond Mine, where Kino learns about the about asking before taking. He finds a very fun, shiny object and thinks that he needs to have it and takes it without asking and then ends up in trouble. So find out what the adventure is in that. And then the third book is called A New Friend, where Kino meets a very fancy new friend and wants to be just like him. So he changes who he is, changes what he looks like, just to have a new friend. And he learns a lesson the hard way that you should stay true to yourself. But Ernest is there to help him along the way. Now, as an author, I also have another series that I would love to share with you. It's called the King's Day Out series. And it's this, there's two books in this series. There's The Car Wash and King Takes a Bath. And in this series, the child in the story is our hero, and he suffers from from sensory processing challenges. But he's learned ways to manage his fears and anxieties working with an occupational therapist. And he teaches his friend King, the puppy, how to overcome different sensory input areas using the tools that he's learned in OT. So our goal for this series is to empower kiddos as they navigate through life's everyday sensory adventures. And if you'd like to learn more about any of the books, please feel free to visit my website at maggievangalen.com. For each of the series, there are a host of free downloadable activities for the kiddos. There's some resources for teachers and parents as well. So I hope you truly enjoyed our reading today. And if you would like another reading or you are interested in more of the books, please let me know. And again, any books purchased today will go to support Zach's miracle cause and get the books into the hands of children in hospitals, and will support Holly. So thank you very much. I hope you had a great time with the reading today, and I hope you all have wonderful holidays and a very happy and safe new year. Take care.
Community Pay It Forward is excited to bring you a
Hello, everyone. This is
one-time
Helpopedia, a
year-end
nonprofit
offer.
501c3
Sign up for a
organization
gold or
wishing
platinum
everyone
giving or
a blessed
sponsorship
holiday.
package before December 31st.
We like to offer a variety of
and we'll give you
resources to support during the
2026 free of
season
charge.
when you need us the
That's a
most.
whole extra
We have
year
a
of
parent and
community
student
support,
well-being support
visibility,
group on
and
Mondays,
impact.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard
Help your
Time,
business.
December 22nd and 29th, and a special needs support group on Tuesdays, 12 p.m. on December 23rd and 30th. Tap into our help talks for great insights and valuable information from our community partners to support parents, caregivers, and our youth. Simply go to our Helpopedia LinkedIn company page and follow the weekly series Helpopedia. New episodes are released on Tuesdays. If you would like to be guests to provide resources and support to parents, youth, and caregivers, including special needs families, please contact us at helpopedia.org to get involved and sign up.
We are excited to share with you that we are addressing one of the biggest challenges that special needs families and caregivers face when they are looking for resources to address their needs. We are planning to reveal this robust special needs directory in 2026 with over 100 categories to search on. We appreciate the amazing work and mission that Community Pay It Forward is doing in spreading the powerful message of kindness, support, and generosity within the holiday spirit. The miracle of the season, communities coming together, a community coming together to support parents and kids. It takes a community to make a difference. Parents and teens benefit when faith, community, nonprofits, schools, and our leaders come together for our positive structure to support their life's journey.
First story we're going to read tonight is Santa's Christmas Rescue Mission. Ho, 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 gather around, boys and girls, and let Santa tell you about one very special Christmas Eve. A night when teamwork, courage, and a whole lot of heart saved Christmas for children all around the world. It was the day before Christmas Eve, and the North Pole was buzzing like a beehive in mittens. Elves were wrapping presents faster than candy canes disappear at a holiday party. Reindeer were practicing takeoffs in the sparkling snow, and Mrs. Claus was baking even enough cookies to feed an army of elves and one very hungry Santa. Ho, 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 ho. But in the middle of all that joyful chaos, Santa noticed something unusual: the big, beautiful Aurora compass, the magical device that guided Santa's sleigh through blizzards and across starry skies, was flickering. Normally, it glowed bright gold, powered by the joy and kindness in children's hearts around the world. But now it was dimming. Oh dear, Santa murmured, stroking his beard. That's not good. If the compass loses its light, we won't be able to navigate on Christmas Eve. Tinsel, the head elf, dashed over with a clipboard twice his size. Santa, reports from the control room say the joy level have dropped in several places, especially in the little town of Pinebrook. Pinebrook, Santa rubbed his chin. That's a town that's always full of Christmas cheer. What could have happened? Tinsel shoved his tiny boots. I don't know, Santa, but if we don't fix it, the compass might go dark before the big flight. Santa looked out the frosty window at the twinkling northern lights and smiled gently. Then we'd better go find out, my friend. It's time for a Christmas rescue mission. The elves hustled and bustled, loading the sleigh with special emergency joy kits, little boxes filled with cookies, cocoa, and a heartwarming stories from children around the world. Mrs. Claus handed Santa his red mittens and whispered, "Be careful, dear. The world needs your kindness tonight." And with a mighty swoosh, the reindeer took off into the shimmering sky. On Dasher, on Prancer, on Yep, I made a mistake on that one. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Cupid, on Comet, on Donner, and Blitzen. Santa called, his voice echoing like a song through the heavens. The sleigh guided over snowy mountains and glittering cities until the lights below faded into a quiet blanket of white. Ho, ho, ho! We're almost there, Santa chuckled. But as they neared Pine Brook, the compass grew dimmer and dimmer until, poof, it went out completely. Oh, my jingle bells, Santa said, peering through the snowstorm. Looks like we have to land the old fashioned way. Rudolph's nose glowed brighter than ever, lighting the way as they touched down in a quiet park at the edge of town. Everything seemed still, too still. Pinebrook looked beautiful: snow covered rooftops, twinkling lights in the shop windows, but something was missing. No music, no laughter, no smell of cookies drifting from the bakery. Santa walked down the main street puzzled. He saw a few families, but they looked worried and tired. Some stores were closed, and the big Christmas tree in the town square was dark. Oh no! Oh dear, Santa whispered. That explains it. The joy has frozen like an icicle. He spotted a little girl sitting alone on a bench, clutching a small stuffed penguin. Ho, ho, ho! Well, hello there, Santa said kindly, his boots crunching in the snow. Why the long face on such a beautiful night? The girl looked up, eyes wide. You're Santa. That's right, he chuckled. But you don't seem to be very merry, my dear. My name's Maggie, she said softly. We were supposed to have our Christmas festival tonight, but the power went out. The decorations are dark, the tree's lights won't come on, and everyone says Christmas is ruined. Santa knelt beside her. Oh, Maggie, Christmas isn't about lights or fancy decorations. It's about what's in here, as he tapped his chest, the light in our hearts. But everybody said, Maggie whispered, how can we make Christmas happy again? Santa's eyes twinkled by reminding them what Christmas really means. Are you ready for an adventure? Maggie nodded bravely. Yes, Santa. Santa called all the elves from the sleigh. Tinsel, sprinkles, and jolly buttons. Together they unpacked the emergency joy kits. Step one, Santa said, we bring warmth back. Cocoa, cookies, and carols. The elves zipped through the streets, handing out mugs of cocoa that magically stayed warm. Maggie and Santa went door to door, singing Christmas songs at the top of their lungs. At first, only a few people opened their doors, but then, one by one, neighbors began to smile. A man joined in on Jingle Bells. A woman brought out her fiddle and played along. Kids started laughing and tossing snowballs. Soon the whole town square was glowing with lanterns, laughter, and a big roaring bonfire that Santa lit himself with a snap of his fingers. Now that's more like it, Santa said proudly. But we still need to fix the big Christmas tree. Maggie looked up at the tall, dark pine. Without power, it won't shine. Santa winked. Ah, but maybe we can give it a different kind of power. He gathered the townspeople around. Everyone took each other's hands and close your eyes. Think about what Christmas means to you: happiness, hope, love, family, and friendship. Let your heart glow bright. Maggie squeezed Santa's mittens and closed her eyes and whispered, I wish for everyone to feel happy again. The air shimmered, snowflakes swirled in a golden spiral around the tree, and then, whoosh! The Christmas tree burst to life, glowing brighter than ever, powered not by electricity, but by the pure joy of Pinebrook's people. The crowd gasped. Someone began to cheer, and soon laughter filled the air once more. Tinsel looked at the Aurora compass. It was shining brightly again. Santa, it's working. The joy levels are soaring. Santa chuckled. Of course they are, my friend. Love and kindness always light the way. Before heading back to the North Pole, Santa and Maggie shared a cup of cocoa by the glowing tree. Maggie, Santa said warmly, you've reminded everyone of the most important Christmas lesson of all. It's not about what we get, but what we give. Maggie smiled, even just a song or a cookie or a smile. Exactly, Santa said, eyes twinkling. The smartest acts of kindness can make the biggest difference. Rudolph pawed at the snow, ready to fly. Time to go, Santa, Tinsel called. The compass is bright again. Santa stood and gave Maggie a hug. Thank you, my dear. You saved Christmas tonight. Maggie giggled. We all did, Santa. He climbed back into the sleigh, gave the reins a jolly snap, and called out, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Cupid, on Donner, on Blitzen. And Rudolph, light the way. As the sleigh lifted into the starry sky, Maggie waved, her heart full of joy. She swore she still hears Santa's voice echoing through the night. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. When Santa returned home, the elves were cheering. You did it, Santa! Christmas is saved! Santa chuckled. Not just me, my friends. It was a little girl with a big heart, and a whole town that remembered what truly matters. Mrs. Claus smiled as she handed him a warm cookie. What's the lesson this year, dear? Santa took a thoughtful bite and said that real magic isn't found in gadgets or gifts. It's in kindness, courage, and the hearts of those who care enough to share. The Aurora compass glowed brighter than ever, filling the workshop with golden light, and somewhere down in Pinebrook, Maggie hung a small ornament on a tree. A tiny sleigh with Santa waving to remind her that even in the darkest Christmas can shine again when you choose to share your light. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone. Now we even got a moral. The true spirit of Christmas isn't about presents or lights. It's about kindness, courage, and helping others when their light has dimmed. Even the smallest act of goodness can make the world a brighter, happier place. What do you think, young lady? What do you think, Mom?
Oh, I would have talked to him.
Was that pretty cool?
That was a pretty good story.
It was. All right, let's see if I can find another quick video. Of course I can.
I mean, there were things on Christmas.
Okay, watch this video. I'll be right back.
See ya later.
He'll be back, he said.
Yeah, I know. I said I'll see him later.
I don't know if I'm supposed to press it. How long does he do this? Till Christmas? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Even tomorrow we can call him and watch these.
Am I supposed to click it?
Let me do it. Santa. If Santa put some instructions here, that would really be sweet. Oh, I can get to playing again.
Is it playing? No.
I think it is, yeah.
Santa, you're muted again.
I'm a rookie when it comes to that. I keep forgetting when you play a video, you come back on, you're muted. It's like networking, Steve.
There you go.
Oh, you're awesome. Thanks. But that just shows I'm not perfect, right? Are you ready to hear another story?
I'm ready.
Awesome. This one's called The Little Town of Brindlewood. Ho, 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 gather around, my friends, and let me tell you a story about a tiny little town called Brindlewood. Nestled deep in the snowy mountains, every year Brindlewood was known for its dazzling Christmas celebration. Streets sparkled with lights, the scent of cinnamon filled the air, and families gathered in the square to sing carols around the great Christmas candle. What? Not a tree? A great Christmas candle? A golden wax candle taller than a snowman and brighter than the morning sun. The candle wasn't just beautiful, it was magical. Legend said that as long as the great candle burned on, Christmas Eve, the spirit of kindness, love, and hope would live strong in Brindlewood. But this year, something strange was happening. The snow came earlier than ever, fierce and unkind. The bakery ran out of flour. The toy shop's deliveries were stuck in the mountains, and folks began to whisper, maybe this won't be much of a Christmas after all.
No, one Christmas still here.
All right, even the great candle, which always flickered cheerfully in the town square, burned lower and lower. On the edge of town lived a little girl named Clara and her grandfather, old Tom. Their small cottage was cozy but cold, and their woodpile was nearly gone. Still, Clara's heart was warm. She loved Christmas and the songs, the laughter, the smell of pine needles, and gingerbread. Every night she would walk into the square to see the great candle glow. But on this particular evening, the candle was barely flickering. A cold wind blew through the square, and for the first time ever, Clara saw the flame tremble like it might go out. Oh no, she gasped. Grandpa, the Christmas candle's in trouble. Old Tom looked at her from his rocking chair. Aye, my dear, maybe the town spirit is fading a bit. People have been so worried about what they don't have that they've forgotten to share what they do. Clara frowned, but Christmas is about giving, isn't it? Tom smiled softly. Indeed, it is. Sometimes one small light can remind everybody how to shine again. Clara thought about that all night long. When morning came, she made up her mind. She was going to help the candle burn bright again. The next day, Christmas Eve, the snow fell thicker than frosting on a gingerbread house. The townspeople stayed inside, too cold and too tired to decorate or sing. Clara wrapped her red scarf tight, lit her little lantern, and trudged into the storm. She had a plan. She'd visit every corner of town and remind people what Christmas really meant. First, she stopped at Mr. Baxter's toy shop. The poor man sat by his counter staring at empty shelves. Mr. Baxter, Clara said, you always make toys for the children, but this year you look so sad. He sighed. I can't make toys without wood or paint, Clara. The roads are closed. Clara smiled and opened up her satchel. Inside were scraps of wood her grandfather had saved and bits of ribbon she found at home. You can still make something special, she said. Even if it's small, it'll mean the world to someone. Mr. Baxter blinked and then chuckled. Well, I suppose I could make a few toy soldiers. He lit his workshop lamp, and soon the sound of whittling filled the room again. Clara's lantern flame danced brighter. Next, Clara stopped by Mrs. Pennyworth's bakery. The ovens were cold and the shelves were bare. I have no flour left, dear, Mrs. Pennyworth said sadly. Not a single cookie for Christmas. Clara thought for a moment. What about the apples from your cellar and the honey from Mr. Gibbs's farm? Mrs. Pennyworth's eyes widened. Apple honey cakes. Why, I haven't made those in years. Together they mixed, baked, and laughed until the bakery smelled warm again. Clara's lantern glowed brighter still, its light steady and strong. Finally, he reached the church on the hill, where Pastor Reed sat alone by the fire. Hello, Pastor, Clara said softly. Why aren't there any carols tonight? He sighed. No one came, my dear. Everybody's too busy worrying. I fear the candle will go out before midnight. Clara placed her glowing lantern on the altar. Then let's sing. Just you and me. Maybe others will hear. So they began softly. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Outside the wind howled, but one by one lights began to flicker on across Brindlewood. Windows opened, voices joined, and by the second verse, the entire town was singing. Their hearts warmed by the sound, and up in the square, the great Christmas candle's flame began to rise. When Clara returned to the square, her cheeks were rosy, her lantern still glowing, and the townspeople had gathered around, watching as the great candle flickered back to life. Look, cried Mrs. Pennyworth, it's glowing again. How did this happen? Asked Mr. Baxter. The pastor stepped forward and said, because one brave little girl reminded us what Christmas truly means. Clara smiled shyly. I just wanted everyone to remember. Christmas isn't about what we have, it's about what we share. Santa himself, yes, this very Santa Papa John happened to be flying overheard that night, over that night, delivering gifts. He looked down through the swirling snow and saw the golden light of the great candle stretching up towards the stars. Ho, 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 Santa chuckled. Now that's the kind of light that keeps Christmas shining. He guided his reindeer lower and landed quietly behind the square. Excuse me, Santa said kindly, stepping forward. I saw your candle burning brighter than any star in the sky. Who's responsible for this Christmas miracle? Everyone pointed to Clara, who turned red as a candy cane. Santa knelt down beside her. You, my dear, have shown the whole world what true Christmas spirit is: kindness, courage, and a heart full of love. He reached into his bag and pulled out a small golden candle. This is a gift for you, Clara, a Christmas candle of your own. Its flame will never go out as long as you keep kindness alive in your heart. Years passed and Clara grew up, but she never forgot that magical Christmas. Each year she lit her little golden candle on Christmas Eve and placed it in her window. Its light never dimmed, no matter how cold the winter or how fierce the storm. People in Brindlewood began to do the same, lighting candles in their windows, each one a symbol of love, hope, and kindness. Even when times were hard, those lights shone bright across the hills. The great candle in the square still burned, even every Christmas Eve. And Santa never missed a stop there. And when people asked about the candle that never went out, Clara would smile and say, because kindness doesn't burn away, it just spreads. And that, boys and girls, is a story of the Christmas candle that never went out. The light of Christmas isn't just a flame in a candle, it's the light that shines in you when you help others, share what you have, and believe in something good. So the next time you see a candle flicker or a Christmas light glow in the dark, remember it only takes one small spark of kindness to brighten the whole world. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Your light never go up. Here's the moral of the story. The brightest light in the world comes from kindness. When you help others and share love, your own flame of joy and hope will never fade, no matter how dark the night. Yay! What do you think? Was that awesome?
I'm your reindeer. My name's Sparkleheart.
Wow, you got a mini reindeer.
Huh?
What's his name?
She's a girl, and her name is Sparkleheart because she has a sparkly heart on her neck to show the true love of Christmas.
That is pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Wow.
Something I did want for Christmas. It's a full box of smiling critters. It's a big
whole smiling box of which?
of smiling critters.
Smiling critters.
Yeah, and
Wow.
And they're scented.
And they smell good, and maybe they're in bags in a big box together. 8 of them in there.
Maybe.
Maybe, yep. Maybe. Let's see.
My other wish for Christmas is my family.
Is your family?
Mm-hmm. My perfect Christmas gift is my family.
Oh.
Everyone, even in love.
That's pretty awesome.
Right. Thank you for the story.
Thank you for the story, Santa.
You are welcome. Let's see, what's this one? Hang on, I've got. All right, let's see. You can watch this quick little video, and then we'll have one more story. How's that sound?
Great. G's for great. S for Santa.
Oh, that video don't want to work for some reason. You gotta love videos when they don't want to cooperate.
You gotta put out the Christmas spirit, Ollie. Yeah. A little heart. Heart.
The Christmas spirit of good luck.
Absolutely. All Here's another one. Do, 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 do. Oh, not. It's going to be one of those nights, I can see. All right. Well, let's see if I've got another story. And I bet you I do. Thanks, Steve. All right. A whisper in the northern wind. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Ho, ho, ho. Gather around, my friends, and listen close because tonight's story takes us far, far north, where the stars sparkle like diamonds and the snow never stops singing. In the Arctic Circle, where icy peaks touch the clouds, lived a curious young polar bear named Naku. His fur was as white as fresh snow, his nose as black at midnight, and his heart, well, his heart was bigger than the whole North Pole. Naku loved adventure. While other bears liked to nap or fish, Naku dreamed of exploring beyond the shimmering glaciers. Every night he would gaze at the northern lights and whisper, "One day I'll see where those lights come from." But one especially chilly evening, as Naku watched the lights dance across the sky, he noticed something strange, a sparkle that didn't belong. It flashed bright gold, then vanished behind a mountain. What was that? Naku wondered aloud. His mother, Mista, yawned. "Probably just a shooting star, dear," she said sleepily. But Naku felt something different in his fur, a tug of curiosity. "I think it was magic," he whispered. And as it turned out, he was right. The next morning, the Arctic was unusually quiet. The seals weren't barking, the snow hares weren't hopping, and even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Then Naku heard it, a soft tinkle like the sound of tinker bells. He followed the noise over the snowy hills until he reached a frozen lake. There, half buried in the snow, was a tiny golden bell. Oh, he found a golden bell. When Naku picked it up, the bell glowed with warmth, a magical kind of warmth that spread through his paws and into his heart. "Oh, my icicles!" he gasped. "This belongs to Santa's sleigh." Just then a puff of snow swirled beside him, and out popped Pip, the Arctic fox, wearing a little red scarf and an even bigger grin. "Well, well, Naku," Pip said, twitching his tail, "looks like you found trouble. Or maybe a Christmas miracle." "It's Santa's bell," Naku said. "If it's missing, his sleigh won't fly properly. I've got to return it before Christmas Eve." Pip's ears perked up. "That's tonight." Naku nodded firmly. "Then I'd better start now." Pip grinned. "Count me in. You'll need someone who knows the shortcuts." And with that, the unlikely duo began to their midnight adventure through icy caves and across glittering snowfields and towards the glowing North Star. The Arctic night grew colder as the two friends trekked north. The moonlight turned the snow into silver, and the wind whispered secrets only brave adventurers could hear. Suddenly they came to the edge of the frozen forest, a place full of towering ice trees that glimmered like glass. But beneath their beauty, the forest was full of tricks. Stay close, Pip warned. The ice can echo and make you lose your way. They stepped carefully between the frosty trees, following the faint chime of the bells. But then Naku stopped. I think we're lost, he admitted. Pipe looked around. No, no. Well, maybe a little. Just then a voice rumbled from the shadow. Who dares to wander my forest? Out stepped a massive white owl with silver-tipped feathers. Ira, the guardian of the northern woods. Her eyes gleamed like the moon. We're sorry, ma'am, Naku said politely. I'm Naku, and this is Pip. We're trying to return Santa's bell before Christmas Eve. Ira studied them for a long moment. A noble quest, she said finally, but many lose their way chasing shiny things. This isn't for me, Naku said earnestly. It's for everyone. If Santa can't deliver the gifts, children everywhere will wake up sad. Erie's stern gaze softened. Then you travel with pure hearts. Follow the light that doesn't fade, and it will guide you. She spread her wings and pointed her feathers towards the North Star. That way, young ones, and remember, the true light comes from within. Across the creaking ice, they left the forest behind and crossed a wide frozen sea. The ice groaned beneath their paws, shifting and creaking. Step light, Pip whispered. A loud crack split the air. A piece of ice broke away, sending Pip sliding towards the freezing water. Pip! Naku roared. Without thinking, he lunged forward and caught his friend by the tail, pulling him back to safety. Whoa, Pip panted, shaking snow off his fur. You saved me, big guy. That's what friends do, Naku said, smiling. Pip's grin returned. You're not just brave. You've got a heart warmer than Mrs. Claus's oven. They continued on carefully, helping each other across the treacherous path, and through the wind, and though the wind grew colder, their friendship made every step a little easier. The storm at the top of the world, by the time they reached the final mountain, a blizzard had begun. The snow swirled so thick that even Pip's scarf disappeared within the whiteout. We'll never make it, Pip shouted over the wind. Naku gripped the golden bell tightly. We have to try. He pressed forward, one heavy step at a time. The wind pushed back, howling like a pack of wolves. Just when Naku thought his paws couldn't take another step, a bright red glow pierced the storm. A sleigh flying through the snow. Santa, Pip cried, but the sleigh wobbled in the air, one reindeer's harness jingling empty. The missing bell spot. Hang on, Santa, Naku shouted. He climbed the last ridge and waved the glowing bell. I found it! Santa glided the sleigh down with a mighty whoosh, landing beside the brave bear and his friend. Snowflakes sparked in his beard as he smiled down at them. Well, by my beard and boots, Santa chuckled. You've saved Christmas, my friends. He took the bell gently and reattached it to the harness. The moment he did, the sleigh shone gold, and the reindeer stomped their hoofs proudly. Ho, ho, ho! The magic's restored. Santa knelt beside Naku and Pip. You two have done something extraordinary. You faced storms, fear, and darkness, all to help others. Naku lowered his head shyly. I just didn't want any child to wake up sad on Christmas morning. And they won't, Santa said warmly. Because of your courage and your friendship, he opened his big red sack and pulled out two small gifts, a silver compass for Naku and a snowflake pendant for Pip. These are no ordinary gifts, Santa said. The compass will always point towards kindness, and the pendant will always glow whenever a friend is near. Pip wagged his tail so hard it sent snow flying. Best Christmas ever. Santa laughed, booming like thunder. Now climb aboard. Let's take you home. The sleigh soared into the sky, faster than the northern wind. Naku gazed down at the glowing Arctic below, his heart full of joy. And when they landed near his den, Santa gave Naku one last pat on the shoulder. Remember, brave bear, courage isn't about being fearless. It's about doing what's right, even when it's hard. Naku nodded, thank you, Santa. And with a twinkle in his eye, Santa called out, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen, and Rudolph. Light the way home. The sleigh lifted off, golden lights streaming behind it like a shooting star. That night, as Naku lay in his snowy den beside his mother, he gazed once more at the northern lights. They seemed brighter than ever, shimmering greens and purples twirling across the sky. Pip appeared outside, his snowflake pendant glowing softly. Couldn't sleep, he whispered. Naku smiled, just thinking about everything we saw. Pip nodded. Do you think the northern lights are Santa's way of saying thank you? Naku looked up at the lights dancing high above and whispered, I think they're a reminder that even in the darkest night, there's always light when you have a kind heart. And from far away in the sky above, Santa's laughter echoed through the stars. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, my brave adventurers. And that, my friends, is a tale of the polar bear's magic adventure. Naku and Pip learned that the greatest adventures aren't about distance or danger. They're about doing what's right and helping others, even when it's cold, dark, and scary. Courage isn't found in muscles or roars, it's found in the heart. So whenever you feel unsafe or afraid, remember the brave polar bear and his little fox friend. Take one step forward, hold on to kindness, and let your light guide the way, because even the smallest light can shine through the darkest night. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, boys and girls, and always remember, Santa Papa John believes in you. Here's the moral of the story. True courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to do good even when it's hard. Friendship, kindness, and bravery light the way through any storm. What do you think? Was that an awesome story?
Great.
There you go. What do you got in your mouth? Bubble gum?
Fake teeth.
You got fake teeth. There you go.
That helped me eat.
It helps you eat because you're missing your teeth. That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mom, what do you think?
Well, we got to sit, enjoy some cookies, and have some really nice stories. Happy for the Christmas. It makes me think of her and how she carries the Christmas spirit all year round.
And I do this all year round too.
Yeah.
I got a chocolate.
And I'm from Brainerd too.
I got a chocolate chip cookie.
You got a chocolate chip cookie? Is that your favorite kind?
Even peppermint.
And peppermint. Awesome.
Maybe Mrs. Claus. Maybe could I tell Mrs. Claus a recipe?
Well, she's a little busy tonight, but I'll tell her that you've got a special recipe, okay?
Yeah, maybe I should write it down right now for her and send it in the mail for her.
Maybe. So you can find me all over social media under Santa Papa John, Mom.
Okay. Thank you so much for spending time with me tonight.
Thank you for coming and enjoying it. And you can tell your friends, and hopefully we'll get a bunch more people out here.
We'll have friends next week.
And I wanted to say something.
What would you like to say?
Can't understand you with those in.
Cheese. Yep, there you go.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Not quite yet. Well, thank you guys for coming and enjoying some stories. And I'll be doing this every Wednesday till Christmas.
Yay!
Maybe you should have a show of Mrs. Claus next time with you.
Right.
You need to get Mrs. Claus this time, and maybe I'll call again and see if Mrs. Claus is.
That's what the kids say on TikTok all the time, too. Where's Mrs. Claus?
I'm just wondering where she is. Because she makes cookies. She's like sweet.
She loves to bake cookies.
I wanted to tell her a chocolate chip special recipe.
There you go. Bye. We'll see you next week.
And Snowflake, we'll see you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Cinnamon Snowflake will come and see you.
Hope is rising, love is near. We come together hand in hand, hand in hand. A miracle shines across the land. Every heart, every voice, every choice. We are the miracle of the season.